What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about XRP today. It is the 8th day of January. We had a low today of $2.06. Who could have seen this coming? We all saw this coming. Yesterday, we were bearish still to prices around this level. We have been calling for a price that would pull back, I want to say somewhere, I forget where it was initially, but something above $2, below $2.10, maybe below $2.20, whatever. But yesterday we were definitely calling for this zone. We found support there. We're moving up. We also entertained, but didn't really acknowledge this as a probability. We entertained the thought of going lower, right? This is what we thought would happen. But if we went lower, we accepted it as a possibility as well, and that we could find support, still get a higher low, and still move out, right? It is possible that we could go lower. It is possible that this is not the low, but I'm calling it confidently here, guys. That's it. That's the MF low right there, you guys. It's right there. That's the low. That's the low. And now we're moving up. Now we are moving up, I think so. Look at Bitcoin. I mean, it wicked all the way down today, and now we're back up here. We look at XRP. We look at the 1 hour time frame, and then we'll zoom out from there. Looking at this here, the RSI is pretty bearish at the moment. Pretty damn bearish, right? You've cooled off. You've reset yourself. Not really a whole lot to go off of. What I will say is that there are higher highs in the RSI while having lower highs in the price. That is hidden bearish divergence. So again, this thought that even though the low is here, this thought that we can still consolidate is there, right? We don't have to move up right now. It doesn't have to be like this. I do think that we're moving up. I do think we'll move up from here, but that doesn't mean that we have to move up like this, right? Maybe this is our low, and we're just going to dilly-dally before we actually move up, right? Maybe this is our low. We're just going to dilly-dally before we actually move up. We'll see how it goes. But looking at the 1 hour now, I'm not really seeing any implications or indications that demand that we move up immediately right now. Right? The RSI, I mean, maybe it happens. I'm just not seeing anything definitive on that. The one thing that I will say is this bullish divergence on the MACD is pretty immense, and that could be enough to send us up higher. I'm kind of curious to see. Do we have any volume here? Can we use a chart with volume? Let's use the Coinbase chart for once. Not a whole lot of volume. A little bit of volume, but not a whole lot of volume. I'm going to use the other chart because I don't like the Coinbase chart, but it's useful for volume. 4 hour time frame might be more helpful. Yes, bouncing off the oversold zone. Same thing we did down here at a low point. Stochastics are crossing back up. That's great. They've reset themselves, and the MACD is back at the zero. Perfect. Exactly what we were talking about a couple days ago. It's exactly what we were talking about. These are all the exact implications, indications that we needed to see, and we're doing it. So I'm absurdly confident that's the low. Let me try here. Nope, that's the wrong one. Let's get this high up there. We'll put this right at this low right here. Went right down to the 0.5. Wow. Bounced there. I think we were calling for something just below 214. Probably like right there, just below. That would have been where we were calling for it. But going down to the 0.5 is fine. We bounced right off the 0.5. Once you get above $2.25, once you get above this red line here on a 4 hour closing basis or a daily closing basis, probably to prefer, $2.25, we close above there. We validate this as a low, and we start to consider prices that are higher. Okay, we get above $2.25, we start to consider prices that are above $2.40. And when we consider that prices above 240 from a high to a low, the expectation should be anything from 252 to 266 initially. We get above 266, and then it's anything from 277 to $3.11. And I mean, this could happen fast, guys. It could be the 16th, 17th, 15th of January, and we're up at $3 again. It's the 8th now. It could be a week from now, and we're up that high. So I do, while again, I want to reiterate, just because we found the low doesn't mean that we're moving up right now. We could consolidate and kind of meander and then break out. I do believe that still. I don't think that it's just going to be a straight shot up like this was here. I think that there will be moments of moving up, moments moving down, moments moving up, down, and then we'll finally break once we're near the top ends of this area here. But we could just move up from here. If I'm wrong, maybe we do move up faster. Nonetheless, I think that our next area to really consider, if we're looking at this on the daily chart here, would likely be this area of resistance here, right? This area of resistance, this area of support, something in this zone of like 260 to 277 or 276. We take a high from back in July to the low here in December, and that area, that zone, it's well encapsulated by the 0.5 and the golden ratio zone as well. So You know, we just found support at the 0.5. Maybe we find resistance at the 0.5. Maybe we do stop at about $2.54. That's like the minimum expectation, but it could happen nonetheless. If not, I would think that we push higher. We very likely do go to around like 270, 280 from here. That'd be my expectation, and probably sometime next week, if not the following week. By the end of this month, it's very possible that XRP is above a $3 price again. Very, very possible. We start to move up. The RSI will look good. I mean, what's great about the RSI, if we move up from here, is that you got overbought. You're bouncing off the 60, and you're getting overbought again. Very bullish environment there, you guys. Very, very bullish environment. Stochastics have reset a little bit. The MACD broke above the 0, but we really haven't seen that follow-through move yet. I wouldn't be surprised at all if this next move was bigger than the last move. Let's entertain that thought for a second. Imagine this move here is the base for this next move. The next move is actually bigger than this move. That would take us above 273. So, yeah, I mean, and if not exactly the same size, it could be the same size. Something around that size. I mean, that takes us right to the golden ratio. But if it is a little bit bigger, I don't think we'd move up to $3. If anything, this convinces me that this next move will not take us above $3. We'll probably stop around 270 to 290, but we will consolidate there. And then that following move, the subsequent move after that, sometime later this month, should take us above $3. I'm pretty confident we see $3 or more by the end of January. I just don't think it's going to be one fell swoop like this. I think we will systematically stair-step, yes. Anyways, I got nothing else for you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all. We were bullish on XRP, right? We were very bullish on XRP. We got bearish on it a couple days ago to pull back. We are bullish on it now, and yes, we're going to continue to rally, hopefully. Take care. Bye-bye. Ta-ta. See you later.